West Blaze Gym First Play, Sonic Unleashed Part 9. We are here in front of Professor Pickle's lab at the university, and this is where we have to talk to him now after completing, restoring the, welcome back Sonic, another win. I knew it, that's my Sonic. After restoring the Blue Chaos Emerald and placing another piece of the planet back together, we now have to figure out our next location. And if you have any souvenirs, this is a great time to drop them off. I don't believe I have any, but I will, since I messed up Part 8 pretty bad, I will show you the souvenirs that I did give him. I won't be able to show you I'm pretty sure it won't actually, wonderful, another piece has returned. Good work, Sonic, my boy. Sonic, you must bring a Chaos Emerald to the Holoska Temple. You should have a little problem getting inside now, my boy. Well then, do you have any further questions? Okay, I'll show you some of the previous ones. Let's see. Okay, so I gave him everything in Spagonia. I hadn't bought him anything in Spagonia, so the frame. Let's see if he'll actually. I guess not. Okay, so he won't tell me what the tip is again, but the frame, the replica of the flag, an ornate mask, and a cameo, and then I gave him I think I gave those to him before, but this was the urn, and this is a censer for burning incense. That's all I gave him. This stuff I think I already gave him before, and that's about it right now. I haven't bought anything Aptos because the store wasn't. Let's see if I have any soup. Okay, I guess I don't. Well, okay. I'm sure you'll have the planet back in one piece in no time at this rate. Alright, so, I still have to get a lot of things from Aptos, but I still haven't gone there at night yet. We do need to do that, and we will do that pretty soon, but that won't be until a little later on in the game. We still have to go to Holoska at night, and then two new locations will open up after we do Holoska, and then we'll have to do those levels, but it will be soon. I'm sure no one's actually really looking forward to it. And here's another mission you can do. This is the old fisherman from Aptos, the one that was walking around. I know I haven't been talking to anybody like I did in Aptos, but it doesn't really matter. If I show off most of the people, you should be able to talk to them and not waste time with it. Like I said, I'm not going to waste too much time with missions or actually trying to talk to people. There will be a few of them that I will do, and if I'm ever in town at night, I'll try to do a few exorcisms, but I'm not going to go out of my way to do it. Alright, so this kind of leads into my theory that it will kind of tell you which time of day you need to be in, or that it will show you which time of day that the level that you're going into needs to be in. So like we have to go to Holoska at night. This starts out as night. I may be totally wrong, but that's just what it seems like. So there are 2 sun medals here, so if you are lacking on sun medals, you'll actually be able to get them a little bit easier with this version of Sonic. There was one in this snowman back here right behind this old fella right here. You just walk back behind him, and it was right in here somewhere. That's the best thing you can do, just destroy everything, look around and all. This is one of the small, I don't know if I already talked about this or not, but this is one of the smallest adventure field hub worlds that we visit, if not the smallest. So, finding the metals isn't that hard. It's just trying to find. I think there may be some in one of these houses. Yeah, you can fit in there. I wasn't sure if Sonic might have been too big. No, not in there. You can't actually enter the house nor destroy it. You can just walk into the entrance of it. Let me see. I'm not going to waste too much time with this, but I do kind of want to find it. Let's see. It may be up here in the air somewhere. Or was it right there? Yep, okay, so it's right here at the entrance. My bad. Alright, so we have to talk to, I believe, the village elder again here. The old man. Because I'm a senile old man, why would you say such a thing, Sonic? Just look at me, I'm as fit as a fiddle mentally and physically. Ha 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 ha. Okay, so he's, you have to take a picture of him and get the Dark Gaia out of him, I believe, to be able to move on. You may not be able to, but this is just what I normally do. I know this is taking time away from the video, and since this is a night level, I need to be devoting all of the time I can to getting into this level. But it doesn't hurt to try to show off some of these exorcisms. Okay, so let's see, where are they at? Oh, right, so we have 2 deep nightmares and some red, or some dark frights, red version. Again, remember, you don't have to worry about the score for here. You can just try to go after some training. You can train trying to use the critical attacks. Oh crap! I didn't do it fast enough. But you can train using the critical attacks, or you can try to gain some additional experience points while doing this. It isn't that bad of an idea to actually train while doing this. It will definitely help you out a lot. Now, just to get rid of these frights really quickly, you can either try to use a whole bunch of combos on them, some of your stronger combos, or you can just pick them up and throw them at each other. That is actually a very good way to take them out. Just throw them at something and then try to follow it in with a leaping attack. Now, I've wasted a little bit of time here, so I'm not going to be able to devote as much time as I would like to taking these out. I have to take care of the frights and the deep nightmares. That is the problem with frights. However, when you are using them, they take forever to kill, and so if you do have a lot in an area. And you can just see some of the new combos that I've unlocked. I will take a look at the list later on and show those off. Shouldn't be any score or like a rank, and there was no medals. That's always useful. So I'm gonna dump some. I only need one more combat level before I can get the rest of the. Before I can get the final trophy that I need for it and the rest of the combos. And as I said, it is player preference, but it is a very good idea to go ahead and upgrade the combos. I feel so refreshed today for some reason, and my mind's as sharp as a needle. Or what was I just talking about? Of course. So I guess you don't actually need to do him, but for to do the trophy, you do. I don't even think you have to talk to anybody just to get into the entrance stage. To get into the entrance stage, you do have to talk to, I believe, the middle-aged woman. And she'll talk about her husband being too scared to get in here the first time you come here during the day, but I don't believe you have to talk to anybody else once you come back here at night. I know in the PS2 and Wii version you do. You have to talk to everybody several times, both day and night to get in here. But I beat this game most of the time with the PS2 version, so that's probably why I'm thinking the way I am. But anyway, so you can see we have some normal frights, very easy to take out. If you want to worry about it, here's a moon medal that is up here on one of these bridges. Now, this is actually a good area to practice with, because some of the new levels that we are going to unlock later will have these open. Now, I know this, and this is a okay place to practice on, as I was saying, because it doesn't have anywhere, if you do fall, you're not going to die, but it's better if you don't become too used to that idea. You want to try to practice on areas where you can die pretty easily, instead of having areas where that you can save yourself on. But practice is practice. It will do you some good, whether even if it's not a chance of dying every second. It's still good to practice. Okay. Obviously here there is no score, but it'll just help you out with the experience points. And that final move, that when he takes both of his hands and beats them on the ground very hard. That is a stunning move. If any enemy, no matter how badly damaged or how big they are, gets caught in that, except for maybe the Titans and Big Mothers, but everybody else will get stunned immediately, and so it is very useful. Record 33 boss, the daytime bosses. So you can see here's another. This is a Gaia Knight key, I believe, that we can get. Okay, so Cool Edge. Day 1 takes me about 10 minutes to get here, but we do have to fight a boss after this, and this is why I'm trying to get through here as quickly as possible and try to get to the level, because I know this level is going to take me a while to do. It's not one of the longer levels here in this game, actually, but it just seems to take me a while for whatever reason, you know, for one reason or another. It's always good to look around at the start, as I've said before, to try to look around for any medals or collectibles that you may need to find. Now you do want to be careful taking damage. You can see I was getting hit pretty hard there. Now these are just normal nightmares, even though they do look black. Just remember that the deep nightmares are a darker blue, almost black, but more of a mixture of dark blue and dark purple. But you can see these red Rexes here are, I think that's what they're called, right? Let's see. I can't get my. I don't know where my list of enemies went to, but oh well, it doesn't matter. These are called ice typhoons. They will freeze you in place. So you do want to be very careful while while fighting these. They don't give you any experience points. So they're not worth killing. They may give you score for killing them, but they are kind of hard to take out. So it's just you know, it's if you want to waste the time doing it, you know, by all means go for it. But if not, I definitely suggest not doing it. You can see it only gives you Dark Gaia essence. Let's see, there should be something back here. Usually whenever there's snowballs like that, it usually will give you a collectible or a medal or something like that, but oh well. It doesn't need to be, there doesn't need to be a collectible around every corner, even though it definitely would make it a lot easier to go after. Now you can see I'm trying to go after some of these rings here that are on the edges of these ice blocks. You do not want to do what I'm doing. It is very stupid and very dangerous. You do slide around on this ice if you haven't noticed yet. Let me see. Grab a fire breather and press triangle to use them as a flamethrower. That is a fire or a flame typhoon or an egg flame, I think. Yeah, an egg flame. These actually do work pretty useful. They are good flamethrowers, as Chip was saying. You can burn, and I believe it will kill everything immediately, except for maybe these bigger enemies. Oh wow, okay, it does kills all the enemies immediately, so it's actually pretty useful. But I did lose. I don't think I lost any score for killing them this way. I might have. I wasn't paying attention. But if that's the case, you don't want to go after it. And I did lose the ability to kill them or to gain the critical bonus for killing them. So it's just up to you if you want to. If you want to take them out like that. You know, there are different moves like the Unleashed. I never use. While I would suggest, not younger, but newer players to this game use the Unleashed, and those who aren't serious about going after the S ranks. Okay, you have to dash, and that's what that this hint ring here will tell me. Do you think you can reach that ledge with a running jump? Well, you would normally run and jump, but I'm going to dash. If I can get back far enough. Yeah, there we go. I mean, I have to dash, but it works for me. So was that I guess that was a full ring. Or a full life ring. Okay. I know I'm pretty much just destroying everything I can find to find collectibles, but you don't have to destroy everything, like every snowman or every deer. Well, I guess deer ice sculpture, because they're not gonna hide in deer ice sculptures. best they would do is to hide them in the snowmen. But you know, these little statues and stuff, you're not going to be hiding no metal in there, or you would see that because it would stick out of the sculpture at the bottom, at the base of the sculpture is where they would try to hide it. Or in some of these sculptures here, you know, you couldn't hide a metal. At best, you may be able to hide maybe an art book in there or something, but that would be about the best that you could do. So be careful. There are these saw blades here. I don't believe these black coated enemies are any stronger than what we've been facing before, or at least from what I can tell, they aren't. You shouldn't get hit by the saw blade, even if it does come over to you until you land. But you do want to be careful. Either way, I don't believe you do get attacked, and I've already touched on this before. Okay, so you don't take damage while you're in the middle of a critical attack, but you do have to take the dark. Well, you do get. It would seem that you do take damage while in a cutscene style thing. So you do want to be careful where you. It's useful. Where you take enemies out at. And maybe fit a life in them, not in those little statues, but some of these bigger sculptures with larger bottoms on it. They may be able to hide. Well, you'd also be able to hide rings in there, you know, life rings and everything like that. You can see the Deep Nightmares do have that dark essence around them, and I don't know if that's something that Robotnik was doing, because it will show in a cutscene later that I won't spoil that he is controlling them. While not directly, but that's maybe what this dark essence, I guess you could call it, is coming from, or it could be coming from the boss that we were about to fight. I'm not 100% sure. I don't look into that kind of stuff too much, but it doesn't give you any additional score, and these guys don't seem to be any stronger, either attack-wise or defense-wise. So. You don't have to worry about that. Look up there. There is a. Let's see. Yeah, that. And you have to get on this pole over here. Now, this will. Oh crap! And I don't think it'll come back up either. Okay. Oh well. There should have been a. I don't even think I have to stun him to take that out. There's some collectibles up there, either a medal or something. You do have to be careful. We will see a few more of those later on, where they will kill you if you're not careful. Okay, we have to knock out this. Yeah, this is covered in ice. Alright. Just take that out and throw him away. See, did it rebuild? Nope, it's not going to rebuild. Oh well. Hopefully there wasn't too much useful stuff up there. Probably just a few medals. Maybe a collectible or record or something, art book, videotape, you know, so just some of that unuseful stuff that we really don't need to worry about all that much. We are doing pretty good. You can see the penguins are there on the sides. These are some of those same poles. They will fall underneath your weight, so you do want to be careful while climbing on them, and you want to be very fast. Here you can actually gain a lot of time. Now you can hear them start to break. You have until the third cracking sound before they will break underneath your weight, and there you will not be saved, so you do want to be very careful while going over the water here as well. You can actually you can keep Sonic in the middle. You can watch his feet. If you can keep the tops of his foot on the middle of the line, that will help you out a lot in trying to keep him straight. And you can see you collect a lot of lives. In these later levels, there will be more lives available to you. I don't think it does. I don't think it matters if we. Okay. Let's see. Activate the flame. I was gonna say I don't think it actually we needed those those egg ice things. Okay, let's see what we got around here. Yeah, you just hide different things like the upgrades in here. See, there is a moon medal over here and a sun medal. The moon medal shouldn't kill you if you try to go over it. Perhaps the camera, I was gonna say, the camera angle may change around at the end, and that could be about the only thing that would kill you. Let's see, we got normal nightmares. Yeah, this is easy. When I was talking about the combos, trying to go after those. I keep repeating myself, but I just want to make sure you know that it is player preference. You know, everybody likes to do their own style, and especially in a game like this where it gives you the ability to choose your own path. And it doesn't give you a wide array of options, but you can either try to balance it out, go full attack, full defense. So it does give you that kind of RPG element to a degree. I mean, to a very small degree, where that is there an RPG element in this game. It is by no means classified as an RPG game. This is an action-adventure platformer, like the 3D Sonic games have been, and the Sonic games through the series, by itself, has always been a platformer, a 2D platformer, or a 2D side-scrolling platformer, or a 3D platformer action-adventure game. Once the 3D games came along, they turned into, you could start calling them action-adventure games. The 2D games you could call action-adventure as well, but for the most part, they were just classified as 2D side-scrollers like games of that time were. Alright, so those ice blocks will actually, you can hear them kind of rumbling. They will go back into the wall once you activate them. Let's see, how do we get this one? There may be something around the back that we can get to. Okay, I guess that's what we're going to have to do. Yep, maybe no. Huh. Perhaps there's something we can drag over here. Maybe, no. Perhaps it... Oh. Okay, yeah, so all we have to do is just climb up around here, and now that I know where I'm supposed to go, I'm not sure if I want to actually. Oh, okay, I guess you have to land. Well, I guess you don't have to land here. You could probably make it if you swing. You can swing. It's not as much as some games that give you the swinging mechanism like that, but you can swing it to a little bit, a little ways anyway, and you can decide whether you want to try how far you want to go. Alright, so for this one, you will die, I believe, if you get out this far. But if you start at the beginning, you shouldn't die. And it is good, you haven't seen me do it at all, but it is good to look for these sections, like where you're going to go, especially for a section like this. If you're not familiar with the game, I'm not 100% familiar with the game enough where I could, just run through the game comfortably and just, say, hey, I know the exact paths. I don't have to look out for anything. I can just run through here and not care about the consequences at all. I'm not that familiar with the game, but I have played like levels like this a bunch and died in those types of sections a bunch. This ice pillar looks really hard, but I bet fire can melt it though, so we can have those egg flames come and help us. Here, don't worry, they will continuously respawn because, you may want to use those as a flamethrower. They die, you accidentally throw them or whatever, which is a good move on Sega's part, being able to respawn enemies like that, especially useful enemies, the egg like the egg fighters, those aren't useful enemies, but these egg flames here are pretty useful enemies, and they don't play too big a role in later levels. I think there may be one more level where we actually have to use them, or they may appear, but for the most part, they're not all that useful. But anyway, so just again, look around, clear out areas, try to find as many collectibles as you can. and then just sit here. You can watch it fall. All I have to do is just... Oh. Let's see. Okay, so... Okay, so I guess all you have to do is just have it start. Be careful, this is ice. I'm being very stupid and very risky by doing that. I wasn't sure if it would actually count as ice, so just be careful. But okay, where do we have to go? There's probably a... Oh crap! Oh, I hate sections like this. As I've said before, Sega made a pretty solid game in terms of these types of areas, but you know, there is still those buggy areas sometimes that just won't catch for whatever reason. You'll just die unexpectedly, so you do want to be very careful while trying to go through these sections. You know, take your time. Of course, you don't want to take too much time, because sometimes those little platforms on the walls will retract, so you do have to be very fast in those sections. But of course, you know, I will point those once we get to those areas. I will point them out and give you at least my opinion on how to get through them fairly easy. Let's see. Just to make sure you take advantage of these egg fighters. They do give you a good bit of both XP and points, so you want to take advantage of them anytime you can. As you can see, I'm already at 7, about halfway through 7, which will definitely help you out with upgrading whatever you want to. And that also this also adds into the RPG element that you do have to use the term farm for XP, which in its simplest terms means to go through a section, whether it be a battle or a mission or something. Now you can go back up here if you want to. It is pretty slow and hard once you get up to the more steeper sections here, but you know, if you do miss that sun medal, you can always go back for it. But farming is to go after. Don't worry about it, I believe those water barrels will come back up, and these water barrels are for if you do get caught on fire by the egg flames. Instead of running around, or if you are close to death, you can just use those and come back and save yourself. This is okay. I was gonna say this section here is ice. I'm pretty sure, at least it feels like ice. Oh crap! I was about to sneeze. I'm trying to keep myself from sneezing because I'm in a bad section to sneeze. Farming, you do need it here to a degree, you know, especially if you want to upgrade, say, normal Sonic or daytime Sonic, because you don't really gain all that much experience with him. And to upgrade Werehog all the way, you do have to farm. Oh crap! No, what are you doing? No. Okay, that's right. It won't kill you. If you notice, it kind of like just floated me back over there. Oh, I did not need that. Quite honestly, that was pretty bad. Let's see. Can we get up here? You can sometimes use background elements like this in your quest. I'm not sure if you were actually supposed to be able to use that to get up there, but you know, hey, whatever works. Now, I don't guess these are going to actually fall with us, so you don't have to worry about those falling. If you haven't noticed it as well, because I know I haven't talked about it yet, going after the lives, you can only gain a life per life, I guess you could call it. That's not the right way to say it. Okay, as there's a block, but instead of wasting time with that block, you can just climb up on that light and do what I did. But you can you only gain one life per life. That's the best way to explain it. Alright, so this is a section that will kill you a lot of the time. Those icicles will fall. These platforms won't. don't believe. And you want to be careful in these pipe sections, because you can fly out of these pipes and you can die pretty easily. And I don't know why, but it just rockets you forward once you get out of these sections. Oh crap! No. You can actually time that a little bit better. You do have to be very fast through this section. Okay. This is to gain a medal and is very stupid, and I do not suggest going for this section, but it does actually cut off a large section over here that is pretty dangerous by itself. But just getting over to this section is dangerous, so you do want to be very careful while climbing over here. But I believe that is a Cure Master, so you definitely want to take him out quickly. He is a flying enemy, so you do have to be careful, and whenever you can, use the... Well, there's no way I can use it right now with these guys around me. And I believe the Masters are the only ones that can actually break out of a critical section. While you're using it, they cannot break out of it, but, I mean, you can see the arrow above these enemies' heads, and no matter how long you mess around, they will still stay above their heads. I believe the Masters are the only ones that won't do that. You wait around long enough, and they will disappear. So that trophy was for defeating 100 or 1,000 enemies, which is a long and pretty difficult feat, but it's not, it's not as bad as you would think. It's just do what I do. Normally you would do it through the game anyway. I'm not going out of my way to defeat enemies. I'm going out of my way to use these heavy critical attacks. But that has nothing to do with it, with the trophy. There is also a trophy for collecting 1,000 rings, or maybe it's, what was it? Because I know I've collected 10,000 rings already. We're gonna have to take that egg fighter out. He's gonna kill me if I'm not careful. Now, if you, and I've talked about this before, but if you are having trouble with the critical attacks, you don't have to worry about it, especially at this stage. I would say, don't worry with it. Just focus on living. Try to either wait for this section, or pass this section, wait for an easier section with a few more enemies if you don't think you have it on time. Or you can... There's also a checkpoint over there, and depending on what's behind this door, I'm going to try to go after it, but just to show what's over there, I don't guess it'll hurt. Well, there's a... Okay, this is stupid, but it's not that bad. I believe those are just... Oh, these are wind typhoons. Oh, these are egg typhoons. Crap. Why did I come over here for? Oh well, I can at least hit this, and there shouldn't be any... Now, to get past these egg typhoons, you can just hang around the back of them and just wait so that you can kill them. I think you can actually use these as like the egg flames to blow enemies away. What the? Oh, that scared the crap out of me. Okay, so be careful through here. This is another one of these sliding sections. It shouldn't launch you forward once you get to the bottom here. Now this is where a lot of medals will be at. There is one. I want to take this master out first. And we'll go ahead and just kill him, and then... Now you can do this after the fight, and it is actually better to do this after the fight, but... well, this is actually the first time I've ever collected every medal, or every moon medal, in a... Not in my history playing this game, but just, so far in this Let's Play. Oh, crap, I hit the wrong button. there will be a goal ring at the end of this, and so that's when, and you will have to fight 3 different waves of enemies. So it is kind of better to wait, especially since we have. Come on, pull up my shield. Since we do have 2 egg fighters, and you don't want to mess around trying to go after a few collectibles. Now you don't see me using my shield ever, but with these egg fighters, especially if they are, if you have an egg fighter behind you, you can hear him kind of cock his machine guns and get ready to fire. So that would be your time when you would want to pull up your shield. And the enemy waves just keep coming. There will be more of them. I believe that is a Dark Master and a Cure Master. The purple one is a Cure Master, and it's kind of hard to tell because they look like they have Dark Gaia essence on them as well. This one I killed should be a regular Dark Master. This one should be a Cure Master. You do want to be careful though, because you can't actually have all of the waves coming at you at once. Oh crap! Oh, okay. And it's something like this. It would be when I would definitely suggest trying to go and looking for maybe not metal. Oh crap! Maybe not collectibles, but some rings that will help you live. Like these 10 rings, they will actually boost up your score by a pretty decent amount. And just at that time, at a time like this, don't focus too much on the critical attack. Just try to take out as many enemies as possible, just so that you can kind of get especially if you are overwhelmed like I am now, you can kind of get them to back off a little bit and have them back off, and so that you can focus on killing these enemies. You can see the pink one is the Cure Master, as I thought it was, so just it seems like they're both Cure Masters. Perhaps one's just stronger, similar to the different variations of the these enemies that are around. I do not worry, if an enemy you are using the critical attack on does reheal itself, or does either get healed or reheals itself, you can still use the critical attack. And I hate wasting all of that score, but there's not that much I could have really done. I was close to death, and I still am. And there's that ring that I was looking for originally. Okay, let me see. Before I touch that key, I want to first check my time. Oh, 38 minutes. Wow, okay. I will look around here for any additional... Okay, I guess not. Seems like there should be a lot more collectibles in here, but maybe not. Okay. Okay. Easy. As long as you get either 400,000 or 4,000. Yeah, I think it's just 400,000. Videotape 5, Tales in Trouble. Art book 70, Record 20. Videotape 15, Tales' Report. Art book 63, Videotape 23, Eggman's Idea. Record 21, Cool Edge Knight. Gaia Key Knight. Alright, so we'll get the vertical wear hammer. Oh. Huh. I thought that was the last one. Maybe this is the last one. Wild Whirl wear hammer. Alright. Crescent Moon Strike. Hurricane combo. Okay, so these have got to be the last two. So you think they would be anyway. Alright, so we need one more Sun Medal to level up to 5, and we need 6 more Moon Medals to level up to 5, which shouldn't be too hard. I got all the Moon Medals here. There was a few Sun Medals that I missed. That one on that sliding section that I missed, just barely. I just barely missed it. That was the thing. Now, I hate to do this, but I'm going to have to at least pause the video here so that I can try to make a little bit more room on my hard drive so that I can do this boss, but I will just add the boss, it just be a seamless transition. So here's the boss fight now. Okay, so here's the boss fight. This is obviously a nighttime boss, the Dark Moray. There are our standard medals. So since we do need 6 moon medals to upgrade to level 5, which we will need in these next, we will be I've already said this earlier in the video, but we will be unlocking 2 new continents after we finish this. So we definitely want to make sure that you have level 5 medals going into them. And there's 1 medal there. These are actually pretty easy to find, the medals for this one. They will either be on that main central platform or just underneath it. And I will take the time to go after all of them because I do need all of them. Okay, so what he will do first is he will what he will do first is he will throw up this barrier, and what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to unfreeze these canisters and then throw them at the heads that are sticking out of here. Once the little moray, dark morays are frozen, that is when you then can beat them up. You want to be careful though, because I believe once you, you have to move the stick left and right pretty quickly to break out of it being frozen. And you can see it does drain your life, so you want to be very careful. Come on. And just move the stick left and right to break out of it. So yeah, you'd have to freeze this one as well. And then you can beat up on the weak spots, the green areas on the body. Just be careful though, you want to make sure that you try to go after all of the medals pretty quickly. Just remember to break out. All you have to do is just move the stick left and right. Now once these, you can attack these little dark morays without the ice canisters, but they go down a lot. They go down a lot faster, and they are a lot weaker if you attack them like this. So it is actually a pretty good idea if you try to take them out like this. You can have them attack the canisters themselves, or you can. I'm going to go ahead and get the last 2 medals that I need, but you can have them attack it themselves, which is pretty useful. Oh crap! You do have to be careful though, because they will unfreeze themselves once they go along far enough. Now this is where, if you have practiced your oh crap. Okay, what is he doing now? Throwing up his barrier again? Perhaps? Or at least trying to knock me off. This is where your air combat skills will come into play, and I don't know why it's not actually letting me do anything. Okay. Well, you don't have to use just air attacks, it would seem, which is actually pretty useful. I don't know why. Perhaps because I was too close to the ice. That could actually be it. I was pretty close to the ice, and I wasn't doing it efficiently. I was kind of just bouncing off the ice and sliding down it. And obviously, this goes without saying, but do not use all your rings. Early on you want to, since there are so many areas where you can get hit, you want to try to conserve them. We are in the last leg of the boss fight though, so it's not as important to save them as I would say, early on in the boss fight. Because early on you do not want to use up all your rings at all if you can help it. So these just take 2. Oh crap! these just take 2. Oh, that's not gonna work. These just take 2 hits to unfreeze them, and you can see he's changed up his attack tactics. We're not going to be able to actually get him to come down, I don't believe, unless we can possibly do something attack-wise. All right, so once he's down like this, this is your best bet. Or this is your only way that you can actually get him. And that's pretty much it. It's not a hard boss fight. It's pretty fun, you know, it's not that difficult. They could have made it a lot worse. But remember, though, to get through it quickly, I would say try to go for 80,000 to 90,000. That would definitely help you out. But go for... Make sure you freeze both the big Dark Moray and the little Dark Morays. If you freeze them first, that will help you out a lot. You can actually make them lunge and attack you, and you can miss it sometimes, but it's difficult to do every time. So you do... if you want to go for that tactic, you have to practice with it. It is just easier to knock the ice off of those canisters and then throw them at them. Remember, they take 2 hits. All the canisters take 2 hits to unfreeze. You saw I was going longer and trying to do more attacks when I didn't need to, and that's what allowed them to attack me. And trying to pick them up from where the little Dark Morays aren't around, try to pick those up and throw them at them. You can throw them at them from a pretty long distance, so you want to try to go after that as well. But here's another piece of the planet restored. And so, I doubt we'll see any people from Holoska popping up in Spagonia or Apatos or Missouri, but you never know. And we should get the light blue Chaos Emerald. Yeah, it's pretty much the light blue. I think there's another name for that color, but I can't think of it off the top of my head, really. So I'm going to go ahead and buy some souvenirs here, but I'm not going to give them... Well, I guess I can go ahead and go talk to the professor. It won't matter. Because Brenda is here. The name's Brenda. Yeah, you have perfect timing. Know anything about the odd incidents here? I can see it written in your eyes. Ask me. They're practically shouting at me. You've got to help me with my investigation, okay? Yes, okay, let's get to it. What color was the Chaos Emerald? Light blue. Great, what a scoop. Tell me, what was the temple like? A giant eel, a moray eel, which is, I believe, a type of werehog, which I believe is a type of aquatic animal. This tale's customers have a name, the Tornado, the Isle of Sonic. What was the guardian of the first temple? A fish-shaped robot. Oh, forgot about that one. Okay, so that if you do miss any, I think she has a set number of questions. They're not going to be the same questions every time. She does have different ones that will come in, but for the most part, they are the same. And you can see the hot dog vendors here. I will show off a few of those missions once I get done with the game. I'll go back and show a few of those off. But nesting doll, that I believe is the, let's see. Okay, that should be it. All right, that's about it. I'm not gonna worry about any of the food or anything like that. You can give the food to Chip, and that helps you with a mission. But I'm not going to worry with it all that much. It's not that big of a priority to me at this point to actually try to go after all of the food and buy it. I believe what you're supposed to Sonic has to eat it, and you have to make Chip like you by giving him food, or become best friends with Chip, I believe is what the trophy description is. And you have to just give him like candy and those chocolate chip supreme ice creams. I think you have to give him one of every type of candy or junk food or whatever you want to call it. Like the candy, the supreme, the Sunday Supreme, and all that kind of stuff. But as I said, I will talk to the professor. It won't hurt anything, and it won't force me to go to any levels that I don't want to just yet. So you can see, this is the former village elder, Gweek. Hello there, fancy running into you here. I'm quite enjoying my post-retirement world travels. Ho, 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 ho. Let's see what, I'll talk to him really quickly. Shh, be quiet. I snuck off and followed my grandpa here. My grandpa just up and quit being the village elder. What's he thinking? I'm sure he must have a really good reason for it, a secret reason. And this isn't a mission, but this is kind of a side character storyline for their characters. And it has nothing to do with the main storyline of the game, but it is something that people like to do, and that kind of gives you another RPG element. Usually you don't have NPCs progress through their story that much, you know, it's usually just the playable characters. But another piece restored in another Gaia temple located, my boy. The next temple lies in Shamar, Sonic. This time I will join you myself. I have a research facility there in Shamar. Now then, my friends, everyone ready to depart? I'll meet you all there. Well then, do you have any questions? No, but I got some souvenirs for you. Hand over one, the nesting doll. Why, thank you, let me. Perhaps my favorite part of my travels to Holoska have been the penguins. I hear some like to hide their treasures by the rocks where they gather. Absolutely adorable. Why, I think of no nobler bird, one or two. I'd almost forgotten I have a small gift for you, my boy. Here, take this. It's an art book. Not that, okay. So, if you are missing, you know, the few sun medals that you may be missing, that I'm missing, just look around for the penguins. Ah, yes, I charge flash capacity, my boy. Happy hunting. So if you do use any of the flashes from your uncanny camera, all you have to do is just come to Professor Pickle, talk to him. You don't have to say anything, you don't have to ask him any questions or anything. Just talk to him, say, "Nah, I'm good," and then he'll recharge your flash for you. But just look around the rocks. You saw what I was doing. I was looking around the rocks for everything. And alright, so these are deep nightmares, but you can see they do have the dark essence around them, and that's Robotnik's antenna that is calling them all. And if you remember, he was talking with Ergo, asking whether they could kind of bring them all into one area instead of looking around all over the world for them. Well, that's why the dark essence was around them, was because that's somehow he's manipulating the, well, and so that's why the dark essence was around the Gaias, the little Rexes, the Masters, the deep nightmares and normal nightmares. It's just a Robotnik's influence. I'm not sure if we'll see that in these other continents that we've unlocked, but I will talk more about. Oh, are we already in Shamar? Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know. I think it sent us into Shamar this quickly. I'm sure Professor Pickle is in his lab, Sonic. We just need to find it. Alright, so I'm not going to run around Shamar. I'm going to say that for part 10, but I will let you at least look around really quickly. You know, this is supposed to be in the Middle East of the Earth, you know, around in the Middle East, pretty much. You know, Iraq, Iran, Jordan. That's actually where they took the locations for this area. You know, Jordan, Israel, Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan, regions like that. And that's where they took a lot of their designs for, you can see, for the buildings and everything. But anyway, so I thank you for watching. The challenge of the video is what was my highest number of combos that I gained at one time in Holoska during the night. I thank you for watching. Until next time.